1,000 grand with y'all right now.
You scared the shit out of me. Did use was the Urban Decay. Oh my god. Alright, ladies and gents, we are back at it with another makeup tutorial, and I'm actually really excited for today's look. I say that every time. Today I'm showing you guys a full face tutorial on this foundation and this eye look. Pretty self-explanatory. I did stick to using one palette again for today's look. I'm kind of trying to do that a little bit more often because I know it's easier if you have the palette, you can just choose all the shades, and if not, you can always use similar shades. But I try to use one palette in today's video so that it's just a quick, easy eye look. And the palette I did use was the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. I love this so much. It is so beautiful, and I actually think this is a really great fall palette. Now, this isn't necessarily like a fall makeup tutorial. Obviously, you can wear this any time of year. There's no rules here. But I really love this because you have those nice greenish blue shades, you have some nice gold shades, then of course you have your warm shades and your purple tones in here. Can't speak today what's new. So we all know how much I love my warm tones and my purple tones. So this is a great palette. This isn't necessarily new, but it's something I find myself always reaching for if I don't know what kind of look I want to do or what palette I want to use, because this just kind of has everything you need. The only thing this palette doesn't have is a matte white shadow and a matte black shadow. That's not a deal breaker for me, but just so you guys know, there is a shimmery kind of sheer paley pink shade, if you will, and then there's like a shimmery kind of dark slate gray but not completely black shade. So just to note, but I feel like I'm rambling and I don't like my intros to be too long, so if you guys want to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. The first product I'm using today is the Benefit Porefessional Primer. I love this stuff because it really does fill in your pores. Sometimes I feel like products claim to fill in your pores and they don't. This just smooths over your skin really nicely, and it does help to make your makeup last longer. And for foundation today, I'm going to be mixing two shades. I will be using the IT Cosmetics CC Cream as well as the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Foundation. I'm doing this to get the right shade, but honestly I probably just could have gone with the darker shade because it kind of matched my neck better. But you know what? I had committed to mixing the two shades, so I'm just going to make it work. I'm just going to blend it in, bring this down my neck, and make sure everything looks really nice and even. And of course, I am using my StansOut Beauty Sponge. I'm using this dry today, and it is the only sponge I do like to use dry, and I find that I can get my makeup done quicker with this. So if you guys are interested in checking this out, I do have a link down below. I'm going to be using my Too Faced Born This Way concealer today, and I have to be honest, I do really enjoy this. However, I miss my Shape Tape, you guys. It's been a long time and I have to pick it up. I just haven't been using it because I ran out. So the Too Faced Born This Way concealer is not the perfect shade for me, so I did mix in my L'Oreal Pro Glow concealer. I just forgot to show a clip of that. I'm focusing that Pro Glow concealer on the outer corner because I want a majority of that brightness to be on the inner corner, because that is where a lot of the darkness in my under eye is, and I'm making sure that I just bring that past that wing up towards my temple, and I just really blend everything out nice and smooth. And I'm also going to kind of bring that down to mix it in with my foundation. Of course, I have to dip into my Chanel cream bronzer, and I'm going to be using my Sigma F86 brush. This is just an angled kabuki brush. I'm focusing this on the perimeters of my face wherever I would put bronzer normally. The reason why I'm focusing this on the... Why am I speaking so weird today? Excuse me. The reason why I'm focusing this on the perimeters of my face is because that is where the sun would naturally kind of tan my face. That's where you would naturally have a little bit of contouring. And I'm just going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Glow in the shade Perla today for a liquid highlighter. I love this stuff. It's super lightweight and it also mixes in really well with your foundation. I'm going to dip into my RCMA No Color Powder. I love this stuff, and I'm using a damp sponge to apply this, and I prefer to apply my powder that way. First, I just went in with the damp sponge and just really blended out my under eye just to make sure that there were no creases, because once you set your makeup, it's set like that. It's going to stay in place like that, so make sure you like the way things look before you go in with powder, which is why I did blend out that under eye just to make sure that it was nice and smooth, and then I went in directly afterwards with that powder, only using a little bit and really focusing on pushing that into the skin. I wanted to use my Emani face powder just to really quickly go around my face and make sure that the foundation isn't wet, and kind of just to set it so that when I go in with my Physicians Formula butter bronzer, that everything looks nice and smooth and nothing sticks to the wet foundation and looks patchy, because that has happened before and it is not cute. So ladies, make sure everything dries down or that you set everything really nicely before going and layering on your bronzer, blush, highlighter, etc. So of course I am just focusing this where I put that Chanel bronzer, and what this is going to do is not only enhance that Chanel bronzer that we put down, but it's also going to set it in place so that it doesn't move and that it just creates a nice bronzy look on my face. Honestly, bronzer might be one of my favorite steps in makeup. I just live for like a bronzy tan glow. I'm all about it. Feel free to leave some of your favorite bronzers down below because I'm always looking for some. But moving on to blush today, I'm dipping into my Morphe Pop of Coral Blush Trio, and I'm using the shade Boss, and I'm just putting that right onto the apples and kind of more a little bit above my bronzer on my cheeks. And I am going to dip into my ColourPop Cosmetics Lunch Money Super Shock Highlighter. I love this. It is so beautiful, and I prefer to apply this with my finger because I feel like I get the most pigmentation. And I am just going to quickly set my brows with my Benefit Gimme Brow Plus Brow Gel. I love that stuff. It's pigmented, so it really just lays everything nicely into place and kind of gives your brows a little bit more definition. Now moving on to the eyes, I am picking up my Urban Decay Born to Run palette, and I'm taking the shade Guilt Trip. This is such a beautiful shimmery purple shade, and I'm going to be picking up a smudge brush, and I am going to focus on pushing this into my crease. The reason why I'm using this brush is because it is the perfect shape to really get into my crease and make sure that I have a lot of control over the product. And even though this is a shimmery shade, I am going to go in and really pack it on and build up that pigment, and I feel like it looks really beautiful in the crease. It doesn't look too shimmery. It's not like it draws your attention right to that crease area. It kind of just is a nice wash of purple. So I'm just taking my time and really blending this up to make sure that it's even from the inner corner to the outer corner. Now I'm taking the shade Jet with a flat definer brush. This is a super dark gray. It's not quite black, but if you build it up enough, I'm sure it'll get to like a level right below black. I am just using a flat definer brush to apply this tightest into my crease. And the reason why I'm using a flat definer brush is just because it gives me the most amount of control, and I just want this to be super, super fine. I don't want to get too carried away with this. And then once I have that on there, I'm very, very lightly going back over it with that smudge brush. But now I'm dipping into the shade Hellride with my Morphe E18 brush, and I am going to use a very, very light hand and very, very soft strokes to go and blend out that crease shade that we just put down. I'm just using a super light hand, like I said, because this shade is really pigmented, and I'm using the small brush because I want the most control possible. Now I'm just picking up a fluffy blending brush, and I'm going in with the shade Rift to just really blend that area out and incorporate a little bit of warmth. And then once I'm happy with the pigmentation of that, I'm going to dip into the shade Still Shot with my Morphe JH40 brush. I'm going to use that right above that Rift shade just to add a little pink in there. I just felt like being a little extra, and just to make sure that that outer corner of the crease area is nice and wrung out. So now it is time to cut the crease, and I honestly used to hate this. It used to give me so much anxiety, but now I live for it. I love just creating a really nice smooth line. My cut crease dream team is the Morphe M224 brush along with the white concealer, but let me know down below what you guys like to use because I'm always looking to try new products. Now I didn't have any tape around, or I couldn't find any just yet, so I am using a post-it note, and I'm going back in with that shade Guilt Trip, and I am focusing that on the very outer corner. I'm basically going to create a half cut crease by using the shades that I used in the crease on that very outer corner. Now I'm picking up the shade Big Sky. This is such a beautiful shimmery mermaid blue shade. I am just going to pack that on with a flat shader brush. I just keep dipping back into the shadow, and I'm patting that on and then slightly blending it back and forth where that purple shade is, just to make sure that everything blends really nicely together. For my inner corner and my brow bone highlight, I will be using my Mary Lou highlighter by The Balm. I love this stuff. It is just super bright, and honestly, you just can't go wrong. Now I finally found some tape and I'm just lining this up on my very outer corner. I like to kind of go along my lower lash line up towards the outer corner of my brow, and I'm picking up my L'Oreal gel liner with my Anastasia number 14 brush, and I'm just going to do a wing with this. I love this brush for a liner because it is very small and precise, so I feel like I just have a lot of control over the product. Plus it's nice and stiff, so the bristles aren't going to really like push down too much and kind of move that eyeliner all over the place. It really goes where you put it. So I would recommend picking up this brush. I also use this with the dip brow, and I really like the spoolie on the end of it because it is actually very strong and sturdy. So that's just something to note. But once I take this tape off, honestly, it's just the best feeling. You have like the most crisp wing, and I'm just going to go back in with my beauty sponge and just make sure that I kind of tap that area where I may have taken off any concealer. I'm grabbing my IT Cosmetics Hello Lashes mascara, and lately before applying lashes I've been curling them, and I actually find that this helps to blend them very well because my natural lashes are like pin straight. It's honestly just really inconvenient and just not fair, but I find that curling them just really helps them to blend nicely with the false lashes. So for lashes today, I will be using the Eylure and Vegas Nay Platinum Princess lashes. These are my favorite drugstore lashes. They honestly have my heart. They take 2 seconds to pop on. I don't know why they're so easy to put on. I don't know if it's the band or what, but they just give a really nice kind of fluttery, voluminous, kind of flirty lash. We love a flirty lash, okay? If you've seen any of my most recent videos, you know this has been my go-to. When I don't have colored eyeliner, I will use a white liner, and then I will use colored shadow over that liner. So I am just going to be using my Morphe eyeliner in the shade Coconut, and then I'm going to go back in with that Guilt Trip shade and the Big Sky shade and use those on my lower waterline to really blend them together. This just creates that nice kind of ombre effect, and it really is nice because you're able to use the exact same colors that you used on the lid. And then I'm also bringing that Guilt Trip shade, I almost just forgot what it was called, the Guilt Trip shade and the Big Sky shade under my lower waterline too, so I'm also using that to blend it out just to give a really beautiful smoky effect. Now I'm just going back in with that JH40 brush and that shadow in the shade Still Shot. I just cannot speak today. I'm just running that underneath my waterline. This is not necessary, I was just being extra. And then I am also going to throw on a quick coat of mascara onto my lower lashes. This is the Benefit Bad Gal Bang Mascara. I love this stuff for my lashes. I feel like it just does a really nice job at separating them and defining them. For my lips today, I'm going to be using my Morphe lip liner in the shade Bite Me. I am obviously going to line my lips with this, and then for my lipstick I will be using my Maybelline Nude Lust lipstick. This is a great nude. It's just like a staple. You can really go in with different liners or glosses and kind of change the shade if you want. And I'm also going to pick up my Anastasia lip gloss in the shade Caramel, and I'm just going to put this all over. Alright you guys, so that completes today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. If you did, you already know what to do. Give this video a thumbs up. That actually helps me out more than you know because it helps to get my video out there. And also, don't forget to subscribe. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, I will forgive you. Just click that button down below and join this crew we've got going here on YouTube. And also, don't forget to turn on that bell button so you get notified when I upload, because YouTube's trying to play us all and I'm just not trying to have that. I don't need that kind of negativity in my life, and I want you guys to see my videos. Feel free to leave comments down below. I love talking to you guys, and also it's great when you guys give me ideas or product recommendations. I really appreciate that because I'm always looking for new video ideas and I want to film what you guys want to see, and I do have a shopping problem, so it always helps to have people tell me what products to get. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one.